co-host Paul Hollis, author of the Hollow Man series and owner of Hollow Man Publishing, and Frank Fiore Fridays with Frank. Frank, we're going to talk about one of your books today. Let's go to Daijin now. Where are we at in the process of Daijin in your series? And educate people more and more, especially with Shogun and all the popularity of this. Are we through the series now? Is all three books out?
Yes, all three books are out, and it as far as looking at Shogun, for instance, or any of those type of Japanese historical fiction movies and stuff. Uh, Basically, Daijin would take almost 300 years later, but the same culture is there. I mean, unfortunately, that culture has been warped by the Imperial Army, Japanese Imperial Army, and so all of the honor and the loyalty that goes with the samurai and what have you now has been absconded with by the military, and you're seeing a bastardization of the samurai code and what have you. And the book is really good because you're going to see you have an American teenager who's trying to fit in and into this culture. He's trying to learn what the true culture is. He's trying to learn, getting an idea of what the Bushido has done to the Japanese culture, the high values that are explained in Shogun and the other movies that came out on that. And so what Daijin is give you a good idea of what happened to that beautiful culture, even though at times it was really kind of horrific as far as the samurai life. But it just shows that, and that they Connor, the teenage American boy, as he steps through that as the story, he learns all about the different aspects of that and how it was used and abused by the Imperial Army.
Wow, interesting stuff. I think what's really cool is to think an American could have been a kamikaze pilot, and we have to find out by reading the whole series.
That's
And to take
terrific.
you through the whole process to the end is crazy. It really is in so many ways for him to be a potential traitor for what his family thinks, and learning more about the camps that they put Japanese Americans into during that time. Imagine if we were doing something like that today. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, they tell you about the about the American being a kamikaze pilot or becoming a kamikaze pilot. I know that sounds ridiculous, but again, if you read the story, you'll see it slowly evolves into that state and what the kamikazes really were. They the noted history is that they're crazies. You know, they die for the emperor, blah blah blah. Okay, but there was a larger percentage that didn't do that. If you got to remember, if you lived in a city or town or a country that was constantly being bombed by an enemy at will, okay, couldn't stop it. Right? Like maybe a shark attack coming at you, you can't negotiate with it or whatever. They wanted you just to give up. And the last thing that the Japanese people wanted to do through the emperor is that to give up. And so you have how do you fight this immense force that you cannot do anything about, and you're afraid for your family, you're afraid for your country, and many of the kamikaze pilots did it because that was the last weapon that they had to defend their family, not so much the emperor or their country, but their family. And so that's why a lot of kamikaze pilots had that belief system, and that was their motivation. And my book, Daijin, brings that kind of motivation out. And as far as an American becoming a kamikaze pilot, well, believe it or not, there was a Japanese American. He wrote a book called Shig. Okay, and if you get that book, you'll see how he was raised in America, but yet he got co-opted by all the propaganda and stuff that he was reading about Japan, and he actually went back to Japan, went to Japan to become a kamikaze pilot, and he in the book outlines exactly how he did that, and also why he survived. A lot of kamikaze pilots survived for a lot of different reasons, and that's why I bring that into my book also.
All right, go to frankfiore.com right now and purchase Daijin. Appreciate it, Frank.
Thank you much.
All right, that was